So we got to also talk about this lawsuit. So Elon Musk sued Sam Altman, and there's a good analysis out there about this lawsuit, but I want to point out a couple of things. So here's my frame of this. Elon is good at PR. He's not just good at engineering. He's not just good at business. He's not just a technologist. He's also kind of a master of PR. And I should have known this because Tesla basically spends nothing on TV commercials. Every other car company spends like billions of dollars on, like all other car companies in total will spend like over $1 billion on marketing, whereas Tesla runs no commercials. Yet Tesla's brand is huge, and it's because Elon is kind of a master of marketing. He's a master of PR, and he does this with Twitter. He does this with Tesla, and he's doing it with SpaceX. And now seeing him do this with this lawsuit, it's the first time that I've ever seen him do this in public. But it's basically he's going to lose the legal battle, but he's going to win the PR war, I think.
Have you ever been through a lawsuit? Do you know what the discovery phase is?
No, I haven't, but I'm familiar with the idea of discovery.
So basically, I don't exactly know what all the rules are, but I remember there was a time I was going to sue someone because I thought something didn't work out, and I thought they had violated a contract, and I'd lost money because of it, and I was going to sue them.
Some guy in the gym didn't rack his weights.
Yeah, yeah, insulted me.
Bro code has been broken.
I can't let this stand. And so I was going to do it. I hired a lawyer, and they're like, all right, but they're like, you're probably going to win this thing. You're not going to win that much money. And I'm like, but it's the principle of the thing, whatever. And they're like, okay, cool. But do you know what discovery is? I was like, no, tell me more. And they're like, we're going to get access to your email, to your phone records, to your text messages, and they're going to be able to see all of it. And in many cases, and this is where I don't entirely understand how it works, but in many cases, that's completely public record. So if I file a lawsuit, that part is public record. And oftentimes the things they discover will be in public record. And I was thinking about it. It's like, did I just text my wife the other day to let her know that I farted, but a little something came out? Because I think I did text that. And I don't want that in public. And that's like a 3 out of 10 on the PC meter. Like, what's the 9 out of 10? And would I be okay with them seeing that? And that's when it finally hit me. Of all the years of people telling me, don't write like offensive or crazy stuff on text messages or email, that's why. It's because I just didn't want that embarrassing stuff to be seen. So I didn't end up going through with it just for that reason. And so in this lawsuit, we're going to see all types of private conversations that these people have. I think Elon doesn't give a shit. But I think the average Joe would, including me.
Well, I don't know. We should know more about this. I don't know how discovery works of like what parts get, because not everything goes public, but
not everything. No.
Stuff does. So it's like, where's the line and how does that work? Because I think Elon has a lot to lose too with that. Like nobody wants their shit out there in the public. And so,
but he does. But like when he texted that guy, the former CEO of Twitter, he replied with all the stuff. I'm like, can we talk about this? And his reply was, what have you done this week? Like, I feel like in his mind, he thinks...
Yes, he wants to do that.
But in his mind, he's like, I'm going to say stuff that I want the world to see. You know what I mean? Right. It's like all part of the game to him.
In this lawsuit, there's actually some stuff that's in there that I found pretty interesting. So can I just like tell you what I thought was interesting in this? So so it starts off, basically, the whole lawsuit starts off the document. And it says, well, humans have transitioned from a labor economy to a knowledge-based economy. And now knowledge is basically getting wrecked by AI. So first, AI got so good it could beat the best human chess players. Then it could find the best routes between 2 points, like best streets to take, fastest route. Then it could beat more complicated games like poker and Go. And what it talks about is that Elon Musk saw this happening, and he was, I think, on the board of or an advisor to a company called DeepMind. And he's like, oh, DeepMind's really interesting. He meets the founder of DeepMind, this guy, Dennis, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. And he's basically like, what are your views on AI safety? Because Elon for a long time had been worried about AI safety. And he walks away like, I don't think this guy's really, concerned with AI safety. I think he's just trying to build really powerful AI. Okay, whatever. But he gets pretty worried because he finds out that Google is going to try to buy DeepMind. And he's like, well, Google has the most data because they have emails, they have search, they have YouTube. So he goes, Google has the most data. DeepMind has a monopoly on AI talent. And so they have the best AI talent. And what the result will be is that AGI, when it eventually gets done, artificial general intelligence will be in the hands of, the biggest monopoly, private company out there. And he's like, okay, that's a little bit worrisome. And he goes and he hangs out with Larry Page, the founder of Google, and he's telling him, like, Larry, I'm worried about AI. What are you guys doing about AI safety? And he's like, basically, kind of the way Elon describes it, he kind of pats him on the head. He's like, oh, don't worry about that. We're not worried about that. He's like, well, AI could take over and basically eradicate the human race if it, there's a path where this goes wrong. And he's like, well, that'll just be evolution. And he's like, don't be such a speciesist, Elon. And he's like, speciesist? He's like, yeah, you're favoring the human species.
Oh,
he's
my
like,
God.
Yeah, I'm pro-human. And so he gets really pissed about this. And he says that this is when he stopped talking to the CEO of Google. So after that, that's like the trigger, according to Elon. And again, I think a lot of this is Elon crafting a narrative. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that these things didn't happen, but I think he's very good at creating an origin story and creating a bad guy and then pitting himself, oh, what do you know, as the hero. And so here he goes. So now what he does is he teams up with Sam Altman. So Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, in 2015 wrote the following. He goes, the development of super machine intelligence, at the time that's what he's calling it, SMI, super machine intelligence, is probably the greatest threat to the continued existence of humanity. There are other threats, but they are unlikely to destroy every human in the universe the way SMI could.
What a great opening sentence. Yeah. All right. Continue, Sam.
So Sam is worried about this. Elon's worried about this. They get together because, then there's the trigger. Google's buying DeepMind. I didn't know this. In the lawsuit, it shows that Elon then went to the PayPal co-founder, this guy, Luke Nosek, and tried to quickly emergency raise $500 million to buy DeepMind instead of Google, just to keep it out of the hands of Google. And he fails. He can't pull the deal together in the last minutes. DeepMind gets bought by Google.